Welcome to 5-Minute Finance Tips. In this video, we'll be discussing compound interest. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. There are two types of interest, simple and compound. We've discussed what interest is and where it comes from previously, but in short, interest is the cost of borrowing money. You either pay or receive this depending on whether or not you are the borrower or the lender. But what's so special about compounding, and why is it the eighth wonder of the world? Firstly, let's take the example of Michael. Michael saves $1,000 in a bank. Michael is receiving 5% per annum, and this interest is calculated annually. This means Michael will get $50 per year until the initial $1,000 is taken out of the savings account. Michael has decided to leave his $1,000 in there for the next 40 years. At the end of every year, Michael will be taking the $50 of interest earned and spending it. Now, what does this mean? How much money will Michael have in the bank after 40 years? That's simple. The formula to calculate this simple interest is here. Michael will have $1,000 saved in the bank after 40 years. Michael would also have earned another $1,000 from interest over that 40-year period as well, but this wouldn't be in the bank. Okay then, now what about compounding? How would this change the scenario? Michael would still only have saved $1,000 once, but for every year the money is kept in the bank, the interest is calculated on the total amount. Michael is still getting 5% per annum. Michael would earn $50 in the first year, but in the second year this is now $52.50. Carry this on for 40 years, so Michael would earn $6,040 plus the principal for a total of $7,040. You may not see a big difference initially, but over long periods of time the difference accumulates and becomes bigger. The formula to calculate compound interest is here. Now imagine money is saved every year or monthly or more, not just once. Imagine that your interest is calculated monthly or fortnightly or daily. Imagine if you save $500 every month for the next 40 years and never touched it. Under the same conditions as Michael, you would have saved $240,000 and earned $487,000 in interest. If you could save $500 per fortnight, you would save $520,000 and earn $1,053,000 in interest. This is how you could become a millionaire by saving $500 a fortnight from the age of 20 up until you're 60, or from the age of 30 up until you're 70. Compounding is a miracle worker, and the key to it is to let your money work for you. It's to set aside money that you don't need to touch and you will not touch, and you can just watch it grow. The sooner you put your money to work, the longer it works for you, the better it works for you. The formula to calculate compound interest with regular deposits is here. This formula works in a lot of places, and with a little time, you could even derive it for yourself. There are plenty of online calculators which you can use, so you don't have to do this yourself. You can also calculate how much money you need to save to hit a future goal. What's amazing is that this principle can be applied to other things and not just savings accounts. Compounding is also why investing in stocks, property and other investments can be so lucrative. Normal savings accounts typically give between 1 and 3% to savers. Property and stocks average anywhere between 5 to 10%. Property and stocks are more risky and can lose you money. But if you study your desired investment well and you make calculated risks, you could earn much more money by investing it. If you were saving $500 per fortnight and getting 8% returns from your investments, you would be a millionaire in 26 years. Better yet, if you kept that money in there for 40 years, you would have over $3.5 million. Even though they're more lucrative, you should understand that investment markets can go up and down, and they're not as steady as savings accounts. Some years you might be negative, while other years you could see 20% or more in returns. Remember, compound interest accrues and is added to the accumulated interest of previous periods. This is interest on interest on interest. If you like this video and you learned something, let me know by leaving a like, sharing, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and comment below on what else you would like to learn about. Compound interest really is the eighth wonder of the world.